Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist at Tech Travel Geeks. This is the unboxing of the Nokia 2.2. As well as unboxings, the Tech Travel Geeks also do review videos, previews of software or other industry things, and more importantly, the Tech Travel Geeks podcast. If you'd like to watch this and be alerted of whenever we do release a new video here on YouTube, please subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks on YouTube. Right then, so this is the unboxing of the Nokia 2.2. This is a new smartphone launched in mid-2019, and in terms of model number and heritage, follows on from the Nokia 2, a disappointing device from late 2017, and which never really got any proper software support. It's still stuck on Android 7.1. It's pretty clunky and slow, probably due to the Snapdragon 2 series chipset that was powering it. It had great battery life, but the memory management on the operating system would kill off core applications like music players, Audible, and Google Play Music, so it wasn't much use. Nice and sturdy, well built, but a horrible experience in terms of software that was never properly updated. Following on from the Nokia 2, once the Android Go edition of Android was released, Nokia released the Nokia 2.1, and this was obviously a device with a bigger screen, with a MediaTek chipset, which was slightly more capable, but it was running the cut-down version of Android Go. And as I said in my review, the Nokia 2.1 is a great device for consuming media, such using Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, streaming YouTube. Despite its 720 screen, it's a great device for a budget, around about £79, and is still a usable device, but not the best experience in terms of software updates either. Now, the Nokia 2.2, as you can see from the packaging, is part of the Android One program. This means that Google will be working more closely with Nokia on pushing out security updates and software updates to the device, and this is powered by a MediaTek quad-core processor. The packaging is simple. There's a cardboard box with a sleeve, and as you can see, the core specifications are here. The 5.71 HD Plus screen, that's a 720 screen. It has a dedicated Google Assistant button, as we saw in the Nokia 4.2. It has Face Unlock. It has a 13 megapixel single camera on the back. There's no depth sensor here. And it has removable covers, which you can buy online. And more importantly, it has a removable battery. This is a flash from the past. Not only does this device have a headphone jack, but it also has a removable battery. So let's have a look at what is in the box. So once I've got the plastic opened here, the box opens up. This is very similar to the packaging to the Nokia 2.1. The sleeve shows us the device. We'll go back to this in a moment, which is in plastic wrapping. And the rest of the box contents are quite simple, but unusual in this day and age. This is a removable 3000 mAh battery. The actual model of this battery is the HQ510, which is a 3000 mAh battery. There's a getting started guide, which I'm sure we'll read later, and product and safety information. And in the side panel, there is a Nokia charger. This specific one is a 5-volt 1-amp charger, so it's not a fast charger, but for a low-power device like this Nokia 2.2, that should be more than enough. And there's also a microUSB cable to USB-A cable. So pretty standard, exactly the same charger as far as I can tell as the Nokia 2.1 had. Let's move on to the device itself. So we're going to need the battery, but let's start by looking at the device itself. So it's a plastic shell on the back. You can see it's quite reflective and glossy. There's the Android One logo at the back, reminding us that this is an Android One device. A single backfiring speaker, a single camera with flash at the back, and this is quite light, but we haven't put the battery in. So let's start by taking this off. Here we go. And on the inside you can see there's space for a SIM card. I purchased this device at the Carphone warehouse in the UK, and I got a SIM card that comes with it, which for £10 gives you 2 GB of data and a bonus extra 2 GB and minutes and text to use for 30 days. In this case, let's have a look at this a bit more closely. Yes, this is a single SIM device. No, that's microSD SIM 2. There we go. Goes in there. So the SIM card slots in here quite simply, and there is space for microSD card, which we can explore later. But in the meantime, this HMD global device is really giving us some retro feel. Not only does it have a detachable back cover, a plastic shell, which is replaceable, but a removable battery. This is great because you will be able to essentially snap the back cover off. If you have a spare battery, an extra one, when traveling, this may be a big advantage to you. You don't need to carry a power bank, just carry a spare battery. So as you can see, there is a notch at the top of the screen. That's a 5.7-inch 720 screen, and Android One is booting up. I'll pause the video for a moment and recommence once it's all set up. And there we have it. I've just finished setting up the Nokia 2.2, and it's a usual, very pure googly experience, very similar to what you have on the Google Pixel. Whilst not identical, it's a very similar experience overall in the setup. Now, I took a screenshot because it is interesting to see that during the initial setup, when choosing the SIM provider and the service, the option was in English and Chinese. So I'm assuming that this device will be aimed at the Chinese market for when it does launch globally. But back to the device, as I said, this is essentially a Google experience for £79 or around about $100. It's not a fast device. It's a quad-core MediaTek 12nm chipset. It's not the coolest device out there. For some reason, my device is preset to Chinese, which is quite worrying because I didn't get the choice to choose language anywhere. And much of the rest of the user interface is in English. So I'll need to investigate this a bit further, but as you can see, the software experience is very googly. It is the Google launcher. It has pre-installed all the Google apps. I'm not seeing anything really here apart from the support icon from Nokia. So it's a very bare bones experience. And with the quad-core chipset, you won't expect a super fast device, but it should be functional, and it comes with a headphone jack, which is really important. And if you're one of the people who has resisted the Type-C trend, it still has a microUSB charger. On the side, there's a power button, a volume rocker, and on the left-hand side of the device, there's a dedicated Google Assistant button that you are encouraged to use during setup. One thing I will say is that the haptic feedback on the keyboard is horrendous. It's spongy, it's laggy, it's not a good experience. That will be one of the first things I do when I personalize it. I will turn that off. But for £79 with a £10 top-up, you get quite a lot of value with this smartphone. I'll be putting it through its paces and doing a written review on techtravelgeeks.com. But for now, thank you for watching this unboxing of the Nokia 2.2. We will be publishing more content related to this, and if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe to us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye.